welcome to another song sprint. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. The premise of this channel is that I make as many songs as I can in one day or in as short a time as possible. So what happens here is I got sick of tweaking and kind of never finishing anything and just getting stuck in on the fiddly bits and never finishing any tracks. Hopefully, by the end of this process, I'll have a track, a new song, maybe two, and you may have learned something about the process along the way and about the way that I kind of do my stuff. Right, let's make a new Pro Tools session. And this is session number 10.01. I've got so many things going on in my room now in terms of percussion bits floating around and all that sort of stuff that my space is being kind of encroached upon. And I am getting tighter. I'm kind of working in a little bubble, a bubble of space, bubble in space, edge of space, edge of space, edge of space, the edge of space, the edge of space. Let's just go with the edge of space. All right, now I really have no idea what I'm starting off with today. Spaceman. Oh, I am going to be Spaceman today at the edge of space. Spaceman at the edge of space. In fact, let me just bring up my notes. Oh, these last week's notes. Oh, that's kind of a bit big and obtrusive too, isn't it? Let's just pop that over there. Let's make a new note and call this 010.01, and we're going to call it edge of space. I'm just going to note down space. Oops, spame, space, man at the edge of space. Just going to note that down just as something that I might be able to keep in my brain when I come back to it. Okay, maybe if we go something like, maybe if I take something like a direction like I've got a track that's really, really rowdy, like kind of it's all of everything that's going on Earth, and then it's like we're moving out, we're gonna actually take off or whatever, but once we get to the edge of space, it's silent, right? There's nothing going on there, or it's really clean and uncluttered. So maybe if we kind of start off with a rowdy, and then we zip into a vortex, or we shoot into something that's really, really clean and pristine, that could be quite an interesting kind of, it could be an interesting thing to try and achieve, actually. So in that case, let's start off with something rowdy. And I think, I'm kind of thinking synthy, because we're thinking space. So if I think synthy, I'm just going to bring up an Arturia Analog Lab. I'm thinking something like that, maybe. It might be a little bit too quick for us at the moment. Let's go 1, 3, 2. Yep. Now there's the B flat thing, isn't it? And then we go back to the D. Okay, so that's fine. Where do we go from there? Where do we go from there? Oh, I don't like the way Pro Tools does that, actually. I must admit. I'm not wearing a must admit at all. I'm just wearing a normal mitt. So there we go. That's our extra kind of bit. I might just try a Moog on here. No. I don't actually like where it... I don't think we spend long enough, actually, now that I'm playing along with it. I don't think we spend long enough. I'm going to go back into here. Yeah, I know. But I don't think we spend long enough in our, not on the original, not on the, on our movement chords, right? I think I want to, oh, crikey, Christopher, where are you going? You fool. What I'm thinking is I'm probably going to double up this. That does go some pretty strange places. Can I make it work? Am I gonna work on making it work, I think is my question. Maybe that's what we need to go. We just need to do it twice, but our bass does different things. And these can actually, now that I've got that happening, these guys can get to a better place. And then we go back into our D thing, like so. Okay, this is pretty strange, and I don't think I'm actually going to be able to pull off, quite honestly, the Moog. So what I'll do is I'm actually just going to cheat this a little bit, and I'm going to call this, I'm just going to call this AL bass, and I'm going to put a bass something or other on it. But I wanted to keep this MIDI, so it's just literally got the bass notes for this. And then I'm going to go into here, choose a different analog lab, and what I actually kind of want is I want to have something that is bass. I want to have up. What happens if I do this? Don't like it. We're a bit heftier than that. I'll tell you what, let's just play, because I've got the MIDI there already, right? I've got my notes there that I've stolen from the previous thing. So let's just see if I can flick through some of these presets and either make some of them work, find something that's a reasonable starting point. Maybe. Oh, they've made a spelling mistake. They've got two S's and increasing in there. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that a bit more. I think we might go with that. So click doing. Something completely different. Wow. Those triplets. I'm kind of thinking that this is where I'm going. And I'm thinking triplets. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I've got it. It's sitting in 4, but it's actually feeling like I'm changing it into 6/8 with that triplet analog lab bass thing going on. You know what I'm doing? I'm making some drums. News. Oh, here we go. News from the channel is that sillily news from the channel, whatever. Is that I found my drumstick bag. I went through my shed the other day. I was having another bit of a cleanup, and I found my drumstick bag. So I'm quite pleased. I'm quite pleased. I had a bit of a hoon around on the drums last night, and was able to use my hot rods, which are basically like drumsticks, except they're a bunch of little drumsticks stuck together. Dave Grohl actually used them on the Nirvana Unplugged session many moons ago. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to make a new track, because what I'm actually going to do, I've got this, the microphone that's up here attached to my glasses. It's actually hiding up in there. That microphone is actually a little wireless microphone lent to me by my good friend Chris, because I've noticed in the edit, if I do leave my microphone on and start recording drums, it sounds really intense, and that might be the kind of intenseness that we just need on this track. Damn it, I shouldn't have hit that symbol at the end. Okay, can I get to my other deck with this is my question. PD tracks, hopefully that one. And then if I duplicate those with no audio, I can do it from here. Awesome. Okay, snare top, snare bottom, hi-hats. I think that's all I'm going to need, actually. Just some hats, floor tom, and overhead. We'll just see how this goes. Not liking any of that. Maybe we'll come back to hi-hats and things like that later on. Okay, I think I'm going to do because we're in that kind of 80s realm, I think I'm going to think about maybe a gated snare. So we're going to have a reverb on it. Okay, and it's fine that it's a bit long, because I'm going to gate the end of it. And I might use the UBK2 on that because it's new and I haven't used it for a while. I mean, not getting the hang of it. Let's just see what we've got. Something to be said for that. I'll tell you what, oh, that's right, we've got our splat track, haven't we? Let's see what this does. I really like that. When it's so slammed, the microphone's kind of doing it on its own anyway, isn't it? Do I want to play some bass to this? 11 o'clock, we are an hour into our stream. I started this an hour ago, so let's just... No, I don't think bass is it either. After that little fluff around, I'm just going to delete that bass track. So I kind of like the idea that that's where it goes to on a clean in the clean. Well, once we get to clean, if we're going to get there, don't know if we're going to get there. I don't know if I'm pulling this thing off. Okay, let's just. I think I will bring up a Moog track, and I think I'm just going to give myself an intro. Hopefully by laying down an intro track, and I'll do this in the upper register on the Moog. It might give me something else to hold on to, I'm hoping. Yeah, maybe in that register actually. That might be a bit nicer. Might sit. Okay, that's a thing. Okay, so where else do we go into that? Here is where we do that twice. So let's just give ourselves another intro down there. I'm just doing this by look and feel. I'm not doing this by audio at all. So. Yeah, that's amazing, Christopher. Good on you. What the? And then that gets us into our, what I'm going to call the verse. So I've got two of those. I don't know what's happening down here. I kind of, okay, I kind of like that. Okay. I kind of do like those real rough, nasty drums in there. And we don't want to forget our splat down there as well. And that's not actually part of our group. So we need to be a bit careful about that in the future when I'm thinking about things. So I'm going to actually cut that. I'm going to get rid of all of that. And this is where that piece is going to come in. Don't forget your splat. Now, if I shuffle this, does it put them inside? It does. How about that? That's where we get nastiest. And then I think, how long are we? 2 minutes 40. So I want to get rid of the splat track out of this and just go back to clean. And we're going to do some sort of EQ-y thing on that, in that chunk just down in here. So I'm going to put EQ thing, maybe. Now, I was hoping maybe to get some, do I have that acoustic? I did find man, clearing out my shed's amazing. I found I had a classical guitar out there that I didn't know. I kind of knew that I had, but, you know, it's been a fair couple of years since I've been out, since I've seen it. So it was quite exciting, actually. Now, what did I have in terms of lyrics there so far? Spaceman at the edge of space. You know what? I'm actually just going to lay down some vocals that look like that. And I'm going to call that verse vox just as a thing. Again, I'm not convinced at the moment, but I'm just going to give it a go. And this is kind of what the whole thing's all about. It's just like, hey, I wonder if I could do a thing that might work on that just makes that work or not, you know, and all that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I'm at. I do like to just throw a thing at it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, that's okay. It's okay to move on. Spaceman at the edge of space. A place, man. At the edge of space. Sorry, lyrics are slow for me this morning by the looks of it. At the edge of space, a place, man. An epic fall from grace. So I think those are going to time out. I'm just going to I'm not going to sing along with this just at the moment. I'm not going to record, rather. Spaceman at the edge of space. A place, man, an epic fall from grace. And and falling through, falling to the edge of time. I mean, it's almost like at the edge of a black hole, to the event horizon almost. Falling to the edge of time. Something like that, maybe. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sing up that high this morning, but we'll see. I don't know. Falling to the edge of time. Falling to the edge of time. Falling to the edge of time. Return. We'll see our life will see our future change. I don't know. I'm just going to give it a go, actually. Spaceman at the edge of space. A placeman, epic fall from grace. Spaceman at the edge of space. Nope, don't need that in there just yet. Ooh, falling toward the edge of time. Ooh, return, we'll see our future change. Okay, all of these go into their own little folder, don't they? Lots of routing folder, and this is a CH Vox, even though it's not really a chorus, but it is kind of a thing, I guess. I'm definitely going to put all of you through an LA2A. Ooh. Tuck a little plate on there. Okay, I'm going to take some of the bottom end out of that. How about a little bit of delay in there as well? Sure. Okay. Sweet. Well, that's kind of a chorusy thing, I guess. Just gonna chuck some EQ on that as well. I'll probably try the Electra. Take out the bottom end of this. Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna actually duplicate this chorus, and I can see where it goes down. Next one down, isn't it? Oops, don't do that. It's gonna be nasty. Yep, okay, that's kind of weird. I like it because it's kind of weird. We think we're going to get a whole new chorus there, but actually we're not. I'm kind of thinking saturation. Do we build and build to this thing and then it suddenly just goes... I guess I'm doing more vocals in here now. Sure. The air is thin at the edge of space. Makes us grin in this epic place. Yep, we'll go with that. Have we got another versey bit? We do. Falling in has never felt so good. Falling in, gravity never felt so good. Falling in, maybe that way. Maybe that's the way we're going. Falling in, never thought I could. We'll just go with that. Gravity has never felt so Sure. Okay, I don't think we go back to there. I think this is the point that we... I'm just going to go into shuffle mode and... Ooh, danger, Will Robinson on that. Okay. I'm going to do some crazy Moog Bass on... actually, I might just separate these tracks just for safety's sake. I'm going to call this Moog Bass or Moog something. I'm going to call it bass, even though it might not end up being a bass sound. Pretty rough. And I think this thing here is our key in that once we go clean at the end of this, that's about where that... Would be nice to kind of kick in again there, wouldn't it? Maybe with a full chorus. 3 minutes long? Sure, we'll call that the end. I wonder if I can make that work. I think I'm going to go with that. I don't really know what happened, but it's staying. I really don't know what is going on with that, but I kind of think it's a thing. Yeah, that's just such a weird, I mean, I don't, yep, going with it. This might be that point that I wanted to put that EQ over the submaster. Okay, so in 2 hours, I've got a whole heap of chorus vocals. I've got a few verse vocals in there. Am I missing a hole in there? I don't think so. I've got a couple of Moog things going on. I've got a couple of analog lab things going on. I'm kind of feeling like I do need another element in there, but I'm not sure what or where yet. I know what I'm missing in here is a few little twinklies. There's a few little extra arps and things like that. That's actually what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. So sure, we'll go down to the next chorus. Okay, so we've got a chunk of audio that are doing some things. Oh, I was thinking I want, in that bit where it's just the Moog bass and that sort of stuff, I'm going to record a new Moog lead thing. I just wanted to record that last note because the last note on that was wrong. Everything else was okay in it, and I think I'm going to keep it. Just this last note was dodgy. And that's the note that we want. So actually, I'm just going to break that there. That'll do us. A bit of percussion, and I think I might be done on this track. Papa, papa, papa. That's what I'm trying to hit in there. I think most of that was a bit shit, quite honestly, but I think there's a chunk in here that wasn't too bad. Something weird going on in there. Do I care? I don't think I do, actually. I'm going to find something else to hit. Okay, I've just found a percussion thing that might actually fit in the verses in terms of tone. It's a bit weird, but it might just work. I'm just going to try it. We'll do that. I did want to do I've got this marker over here called EQ thing, this one over here. And I am going to do some weird EQ stuff on it. So what I'm going to do so is just chuck up a fab filter because that's nice and variable. I'll just enable all the automation on there by holding down Control Option Command and then clicking on the automation button. And you'll see that, if I go back in here, you'll see that that's made an automation line for everything inside the fab filter, which is cool. And now if I go into where is my EQ thing? That's the kind of thing I want. If I go into right mode, I'll start down there. Now, where is that bypass hitting? It might be a little bit early, I think. Okay. What I think I want to do is actually get this bypass happening just in this last half bar. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to flick through, and anything that's got a curve on it like that, I'm going to get my pencil and I'm just going to draw that kind of thing, just so that it's got some movement into the sweep. Yep, maybe a little longer on that one. Yeah, okay, that'll do us. No time for mucking around too long on that one. Okay, sweet. So that's there. Let's just chuck on that mastering plugin that I normally do. Yep. Okay. That's the end of our track. Okay. I'm going to bounce this out. The Edge of Space is what this one's called. Okay. So, thanks very much. We've got to a place. I just need to clear my ears out. Thank you very much for sticking around on the stream just while this thing's bouncing out. It's been really, really nice having you along today. Oh, here we go. We're done. My track is bounced. I'm going to add that to a new track, which is just going to be down the end. Look at that. I made a big sausage. So now that track has finished, let me just bring up my Pathfinder. And if you are on the Patreon, then you now have access to the full version. Did I just make an MP3 of that? I did. Excellent. You now have access to the full version, to the completed track. That is good to go. It's now in the all the song sprints in one place folders on Dropbox, which you can access via my Patreon. It's only $5 a month. Again, thanks very much for sticking around. If you're watching the edit, then coming up at the end of this little talky bit that I'm doing right now, you'll be able to listen to the entire track from beginning to end, and it's all good to go. And we'll see you next time.